Hey, yo. Yo, yo, yo. Uh-oh. My camera. My camera. You could turn that far. Oh, there we go. What's going on with it? I have not tried Crafter yet. So I'm streaming on Instagrams. Oh, wait, I ain't even started. All right, there we go. Instagram. We also on YouTube. We also on TikTok now. Hey, yo, shout out to Streamlabs. I didn't even know you could do like multiple stream formats. That's hard. I'm not gonna cap. Not going to cap. I'm good, man. Just working a lot. I'm really I'm still on this journey to make my stamp on the industry, man. Still on that journey. Not gonna lie about it. And today we're just gonna quickly talk about how I mixed it. What's up? What up, baby? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, ski. Yeah, buddy. Definitely. So I gotta flip back and forth between each of the different platforms to kind of see. Yeah, what's up, everybody? What's going on? So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Looks like I got a couple viewers across all the platforms. So again, it's Mixed by Tory G on TikTok. It's Mixed by Tory G on Twitter. It's Mixed by Tory G on Instagram. It's Mixed by Tory G on YouTube. Everything's all the same. One thing about it, if you're an artist, this is just a note. If you're an artist, all your names should match. It shouldn't be difficult to find you. Once you start getting difficult, people just stop caring. I'm one of them people. All right, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a simple 2-track beat. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing about this particular song is actually doing well. This is Choosing Me by Devoted J. And it's doing very, very, very well right now. I think it really hit home for a lot of listeners. It's one of them songs where it actually has a message, right? So Choosing Me is about basically, obviously, choosing yourself and your well-being, you know, above the F boys, the F girls, you know what I'm saying? Making sure you're making the right decisions for your own premise, for your own, you know, to be able to move forward in life, right? And that's pretty much what she's talking about here. And again, this is one of those songs where you don't need a lot to make it sound amazing. The performance needs to be great. Your recording needs to be clean. And if you happen to have great gear, which I happen to have great gear, it just worked out that way. Additionally, I actually ended up mixing the session in 96. So in 96 hertz, 96 kHzs, kilohertz, which is the sample rate. So again, it takes up a lot more CPU. However, quality wise, your plugins seem to perform better and whatnot. Hey, on the 8th, I bet I think I'm free. I'm not sure. Depends on what's going on. All right, so let's just go ahead and listen to the first verse and hook.
I can tell when a nigga tripping. I can tell when he all caught up in his feelings. Dodging bullets you ain't never hitting. Stop playing games and just stop pretending. Everybody say you acting different. Everybody say you always quitting. Stop with the lies. I do what it takes to survive, cause I'm choosing me. You the one who's losing me. Come on now, just let me be. Don't become my enemy. I'm choosing, you losing. I'm choosing me, yeah. Once upon a time, you had me laid up in the bed, I couldn't.
All right, y'all got the August 8th. Okay, bet. Okay, bet. Word. Yeah. Tap in. Can y'all? I don't know. Can y'all see if I'm live on Instagram? I am unsure. If I'm live on Instagram. It says I am, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not. Oh, okay. I am. I'm good to go. All right, bet. All right, anyway. So this is a 2-track beat. We did not bother to even get the track outs. You know, we just wanted to make a really good song, and the beat was actually mixed well. Like the premix for the beat is good. All I had to do was gain stage it so it can kind of work together for our purposes. I can't recall who the producer is. They did not put their information within the file. But however, shout out to the producer. All right, so this was recorded with a Lewitt Audio 1040 into a 1073 preamp from Heritage Audio, and then straight into the Heritage Audio tube Sessor, which is a CL1B recreation. This was actually set on clean. All the settings for this particular song were on clean, minus the fact that we're going through a 1073, which adds a little bit of character. But for the most part, it's a very clean preamp, and very smooth. All right, so let's take a look at the session. Everything that I've done here, all the edits were kind of done. I'm not gonna go back and review the edits. Actually, can I do that? Let's see what I did. Okay, so a couple things that I do are I do like breath control, and I do that through Event Effects, or aka Audio Suite on Pro Tools, but we add it directly to the clip on Studio One, and I did D-Click, D-Plosive. That's with the Acon Digital D-Click 2 plugin. It's 3 in 1. It's got D-Click, D-Crackle, D-Plosive, and I just added that on each of the tracks just to clean that up, get rid of the mouth clicks and all that noise, you know what I mean? And then I probably did a D-Breath thing with our RX breath control, and that helped control breaths. I do these with those tools because I don't have an assistant, and I really don't feel like bothering with doing that. Oh, let me fix my camera. There we go. All right, so that's the first editing, and then just kind of cleaning it up in general. I'm not going to go through all that. Editing is, I shouldn't even have to explain editing. Y'all need to edit your vocals. Get the chops right, get the cuts right, clean up the breaths, clean up the mouth clicks, clean up, the takes, make sure the right comp is in the right spot and they match and they sound level. That's given, right? So what I have going on here is let's start with let's go with the lead vocal, the first lead vocal here. And I got a couple, she's already pretty much on pitch, but I have auto-tune there to kind of help out. Auto-tune's not doing much. I'm not even going to share the settings on that. It's really nothing crazy. She has so for lady vocals, she has very high frequency sibilance. So around 12K is where I have this, and it's on a narrow band. And right at 12K is where her sibilance is, 12, 11, and 10. And I have it on the narrow shape here. And what's going on? And what that does, it just dips that frequency range right about there with a tight Q. And I have it going all the way down. The next thing I have going on here is this is my vocal writers, and this is M auto volume. It has a built-in gate and it levels the vocal. This is the first stage of level control. Then I have this EQ. See, not much goes on. When you record fine, you don't have to do too much. I rolled off the extra lows, shelved down some of the low mids all the way down just to kind of rebalance the vocal. Added another de-esser because I already knew we were going to kind of brighten her up a little bit. Auto-tune, obviously. And then I have, see, man, I really didn't have to do much, really. And here is the EQ to control, to like kind of dip out some of those extra harsh frequencies. One thing I know about the 1073 on ladies, it really accentuates things between 9 and what is this here? 15K. So just take that, keep that in mind when you controlling those types of things, man. Hey, shout out to TikTok. I appreciate y'all. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What up, Instagram? Yes, Sirski. I see y'all. And YouTube. I appreciate y'all. Let me go back. I might have to pull up YouTube on my browser because sometimes Streamlabs stops giving me my chat. Hold on. I'm pretty sure y'all been talking, but I ain't been seeing none. Let me go to my channel. Sorry, let me take a pause right here. Channel. Sorry, let me. Okay, cool. Yeah, we straight. All right, bet. So anyway, I have this getting. So obviously we got to have the sauce for the vocal, but like I said, look, not much going on. It looks like a lot of plugins. 2 of these on each channel are like part of my template. They're off anyway. I didn't really need any extra compressing. But look at that. When you record well, you don't have to do much. Maybe some de-essing, maybe some rebalancing. I mean, that's less than 5 dB, less than 6. Actually, less than what? What does that say? Less than 4. So just over 3 dB of just reduction in for that balance, for that range, right? And so we got a couple things going on here. 7th Heaven reverb. This is the standard version. Very simple, very easy to use. It sounds great. It sounds like the Big Brother. I mean, if you don't need to be extravagant, but if you can finesse the way these sound, you don't need too much. And then I to clean it up even further, I just EQ'd around it or after it. Sometimes you EQ before or after, whatever you choose. I decided to EQ after the reverb because I like the reverb. I just needed to shape it, get rid of some of that harshness or that 2K buildup and some right here in the boxiness area. Just cleaning it up. It's a plate, rich plate. So usually when we get rich plate, that means some of the low end is very thick. That's probably why I took out some of this low mids there. All right. And so I also have the vocals, and this is just one reverb. All the vocals are getting sent to one reverb. It's that simple, y'all. It's really that simple. And then the amount of what gets sent to each reverb is what makes the difference here. And I'll show you why later. I have this 1/8 delay of 1/4 delay, and these are being side chained to the vocals so that when the vocal comes in, it goes away or it gets reduced. And then when it releases in time so that, things aren't overlapping. I also have this pitch shifter, micro pitch, and all that is doing is just creating some difference, some wideness for the lead vocal. And yeah, I made this the tone, I made it more warm than bright so that it can warm up the song and things sound typically psychoacoustically, things that sound warmer sound a little bit bigger. So I warmed it up and spread it out using the stereo pitch shifter, which kind of made her vocals kind of pop out a little bit more. Okay. And see, it's very simple. There's not a lot going on in this session, and everything's pretty much the same except for on the ad libs. We got Futzbox. This is basically a lo-fi plugin. I got it filtering out, kind of doing a telephone. You can pick which type of speaker you want to use. I got it on they got cell phones, electronics, containers. Like it literally sounds like you're yelling in a jar. So this is a pretty dope plugin. Fuzzbox is hard when you want some saucy ad libs. All right. And then that's going to reverb, everything the same. Some of these are off, just depends. I also have this double tracker. So I recorded in mono, turned this track into a stereo track, However, I have this double tracker here from Imelda Productions, which creates, to make her dubs or her dubs feel wide. All right. And another ad lib track. I think that's the intro. Yeah, that's the intro. Same futz box, maybe not as intense. And then I have these. These are another hook dubs here. And what these are doing is panning left and right. And I actually set this one to the reverb more than the others so that it can have that vibey, reverby ad lib feel. All right. On the beat, and then I grouped these, put it all into a folder, did some soothe. Again, 10K between 10 or between this, this range here, 8 and 15, 16. That's where our sibilance is. And I just control some more of that low mid area, get rid of some of that extra tubbiness. Well, not get rid of it, just control it more. Then got the Cenozoics compressor. All I did was lightly compress and allow it to automatically do the makeup gain. I'm not exactly sure how much compression it was doing, but I'm pretty sure it was like nothing crazy. All right, so on the beat, nothing going on the beat except that I just get pre-gain staged it over here. I don't know if y'all can see that on Instagram and stuff, but I just on the channel I can actually pre-gain stage the things without actually changing the clip gain. I just made it -12, so let's hit that -12. All right. So let's go ahead and I also have mix effects. So I use mix effects in Studio One to turn all my channels into SSL style channels, and it's just doing its thing there, adding a little bit of SSL grit. All right, so let's just go ahead and break down what I did for these hook dubs.
I'm choosing me, losing me. Don't become my enemy.
That sounds good. Question: what's the difference between the pre-gain stage and clip gain? All right, so if you're looking at these on the channel here, right? For Studio One, you have, I forgot what this is called, man. Hold on, let me see what's called. I guess input level. So pre-gain stage for me. Okay, so it's hard to explain. All right, so here we go. Certain DAWs give you certain control at certain stages. All right, so the first stage is what? Is the clip gain. So actually changing the level of the clip here, right? The next stage is the input into the channel, which is right here. You get these input controls where you can change the phase and input level. So I didn't even bother to do the clip gain. I just did the input level. So this number one, think of this up here as number one. This will be number two. And then your plugins are number 3, 4, 5. And then your fader is the last one, the last level of gain staging after your plugins, after the channel input controls, and after clip gain. Boom. That's how it works. It's like basically in stages, right? And so I don't know if I did it in any of these plugins. Well, I guess I could say in M Auto Volume, it's like giving me another stage of gain staging, except it's like automatic level writing, if you will. I don't know why this is being strange. Oh, here we go. So all this is doing is, I'll show you what it's going to do is raise the level up.
I'm choosing me, losing me.
And all it's doing is just basically making it more consistent. And every stage is how you can kind of go through your gain stages. Yeah. All right. So that was the hook ad libs. I think she pretty much sung through the hook in one take anyway. So it's all kind of the same. And then we have our dub track down here.
Yeah, 'cause I'm choosing me. You the one who's losing me. Come on now, just let me be. Don't become my enemy. I'm choosing
I'm about to check. Give me 2 seconds to check the other platforms to make sure I ain't got no other questions. The mic is the Lewitt Audio 1040. All right, here we go. Here we go on TikTok. I'm getting to my TikTok family. This is Studio One. Yep. Oh yeah, for sure. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate you, big dog. Yeah, yeah. I do my best out here, man. And like, I mean, the genius is in keeping it simple for real. I ain't gonna lie. When I learned to like not over process, that's when I became good at what I do. It's like, damn. Like once I learned how to do all the crazy stuff, conceptually is where, dang, do I really need all this shit to make, excuse my language. Do I really need all this stuff to make this the end goal? How do I get to the end goal? And boom, that's it. All right, so let's go ahead and add in the dubs.
Yeah, cause I'm choosing me. You the one who's losing me. Come on now, just let me be. Don't become my enemy. I'm choosing, you losing. I'm choosing me.
And she just did like little extra ad libs here.
Cause I'm choosing me. You the one who's losing me. Come on now, just let me.
And so Studio One has its own auto panner. It's not obvious. It's called X Trim. So it's a auto panner / tremolo plugin. All you got to do is change the mode to pan mode, and boom, you ain't got to buy nothing. There are like more sophisticated ones. My favorite one is Pan Man, but again, I didn't need all that extra. This is perfect. You feel me? All right, so now it feels like the ad libs are moving around and floating around without being, obtrusive to the lead vocal. Okay. And so what's the next move here? I mean, like I said, it's a very simple track. Let's take a listen at the ad libs here. Let's go ahead and listen to the ad libs. I'm go ahead and solo this.
Just stop pretending.
All it is putting it in a little box. That's all it's really doing. Didn't do too much. You can copy these settings if you want. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't mix into my mix bus. I used to do that. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I don't personally like to mix into a mix bus anymore. And the reason being is because I had to deliver some deliverables. Okay, these deliverables, I had to have the vocal. Every vocal needed to be separate. I had to deliver a vocal stack. I had to deliver this, deliver that, blah blah blah. Everything had to be separate. And what? And it was kind of a hit to my a hit to my ego too, because the mix sounded great, but individually everything sounded booty, sounded like butt. And why was that? Because I was doing this top-down mixing, which is fine for the most part, but I did so much work on the buses that the individual elements sounded pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. So when they needed to do these things, and this was for an Atmos mix or something where they needed to make things do other things, right? They were like, man, how come this doesn't sound like it does in the in the mix? Like, how did you mix this? I'm like, oh damn. Well, I did most of my processing on the bus. So when you turn all that stuff off when you need to, or when you have to have deliverables, everything falls apart terribly. So I do mix bus processing, but I don't mix into the mix bus because of that situation.
I could tell.
All right. So the beat, did I do anything to the beat? I didn't do nothing to the beat. It was already pretty mixed pretty well. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the mix bus, right? All right, boom. So mix bus. And this is why I don't typically mix into the mix bus, because I needed to make changes anyway. So I probably should have did this on the beat, but I guess it don't really matter. So I had to reduce the low end by 6 dB, increase the mids a little bit just to get the vocals, everything to pop out, and to kind of control some of that extra brightness. And that's, that these are less than 2 dBs, I believe. But this one is the big one and this is not because the beat was mixed badly. It's because I don't have the stems and I had to do something so I can make the song loud, and I'll show you why. All right, so here's the God particle. This is the only mixed bus processor that I put on here after the fact. Again, after the fact. So all I did here was reduce that low end, boosted it back up 1 dB. And this is why. I needed the song to be loud, but the low end was so nice and full that I couldn't control it, right? So I had to do that first. Then, so you see, I did 6 dB of reduction in the low end, brought up the input, other platforms. Brought up the input exactly 6 dB, same. So I'm giving and pulling here, right? So now that I've rebalanced the beat and the whole song, I was able to bring up 6 dB of the whole song, boost the highs some more, didn't do nothing to the mids, 1 dB boost on the low end. I turned down this middle thing because for me, because I don't mix into it, my decisions affect this effect differently. So what's in here? Saturation, widening, and some mixed bus or some multi-band compression. And because I don't mix into it, I typically turn mine down. I'm already coming in wide. I'm not making it wider until I hit this. So I'm already coming in, everything's panned and wide and happening. So I typically have to turn this down. And what I have found is that the mid band kind of over compresses everything for me, because so the vocals kind of get smushed, right? So I have to turn this down because it's gonna compress all that mid range, and then the vocals kind of just start getting put to the back. Okay, instead of it sounding like glue, it gets put to the back. And then all I did, I gained it up 7 more dB, and then the final, the output is -1 dB. And so let's take a listen to the whole song once again. Oh, my bad.
Once upon a time, you had me laid up in the bed. I couldn't stop crying. I was all in my head, but it was you who was lying. Won't forget what was said. Trying to play me, but I won't be misled. I'm choosing me. You the one who's losing me. Come on now, just let me be. Don't become my enemy. I'm choosing. You're losing. I'm choosing me. Yeah. Trying to understand the way you're moving. You never make a sense, you're so confusing. I'm glad I'm seeing it now. No more having you around. You was bad for my health. I had to see it for myself. You touched my heart, it would melt. I see the cards I'm dealt. It's up to me to break the cycle. Never letting a nigga get close. Moving funny, I'm saying adios. It's safe to say that I lost hope. Yeah, I refuse to hurt. Caught you slipping when you did your dirt. Letting go cause my heart is broke. I'm not the one to provoke, cause I'm choosing me. You the one.
Alright, let's talk. I see some questions on TikTok. Alright, no, it's not nothing wrong with that. I have multiple mixes. I'm actually working on a mix for another artist by the name of Ty Marie. Incredible vocalist. Different style too, and I love it. I have a drums bus. No, I'll start from the beginning. I have pianos that go into a bus. I have the guitars that'll go into a bus. Boom, 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 boom. All these subgroups. And then that goes into an instrumental bus. And then after that, I got my background vocals. I got my harmony vocals, and I might even have a whole lead vocal bus. And then that all goes into an all vocal bus like this. This all vox. That's usually how I label it. And all that gets mixed together and maybe into another mix bus, depending on if it depends on how the feel of the song goes. And again, for me, I don't typically start out that way because every song for me is different. I approach every song differently. So my template usually don't have one. And if I do if I do use my template, it's a specific sound I'm going for. But for the most part, I don't have a template, right? And so this is just because I don't want to give up the integrity of what the feel is. If a song starts to sound like another song for me, I will start over. I want a song to still sound original and yet still sound, commercially competitive. And that's down the line for mastering and, other stuff. But yeah, you can do it however you want to do it. Just consider like the levels of, like, if you have to send the session to someone else, you may want to consider making your flow easier. But if you're not sending your session to anyone, it doesn't really matter, my friend. It doesn't really matter. All right. So, let's see. What else? I think the biggest impact that's putting on the mix is this mix effects. This SSL, it has this top end lift and this low end it makes it a little bit less pronounced in the low end. And I actually set up my default preset to automatically just add 6 on the drive over here because that's what I want. And then I have it on 2 point, basically up the middle for the character. And that's just giving all the channels that SSL flavor even before the plugins. So let's say in Studio One, right? For example, let's say you can't afford no doggone Plugin Alliance plugins. You can't afford none of this other stuff from Waves. You only have Studio One and you subscribe to it for $15 a month. You get this for free with your subscription. And the benefit to it is this. You don't need these plugins. I love those plugins, by the way, but you don't need those extra plugins because the character is in the console. All you have to do is add an EQ. And it could be the stock EQ. It could be the stock compressor. You may want to tweak it to kind of behave like an SSL joint or whatnot. However, you don't need these other SSL EQs anymore because it's technically built in. You have the SSL built in. What else do you have? Oh, you also have this other one here. This is API. You don't need another API plugin. You just turn your channel into an API and boomskis. You got an API desk. And then there's other ones. You got the one that came out originally, CTC1. What does this look like? A Neve. You got a tube console, and then they got this custom one, which is actually pretty high fidelity if that's what you're looking for. And then you also have, they got like, if you want to lo-fi some sections. So this, for me, I have it on my master channel, but you can put it on buses too. So you can actually have multiple going on. And then you got on the master, I got this tape. from Softtube, regular tape. This is Studio One. Studio One Professional. Hey, what's going on, bro? I see you, man. IG quality's better. Interesting. I didn't know TikTok was I can't really see the TikTok. All right, I'm going back to YouTube to answer questions. Let's see. Have I compared the 1040 against the U87? I have not. I haven't done any shootouts. I can't afford to do no shootouts. I'm a small studio. However, I got this. I guess if you go on to Audio Test Kitchen. Hold on real quick. One sec. Yes. I don't know what they doing. Anyway, hold on real quick. One sec, y'all. Well, the AC is on. I don't know what the problem is. Anyway. Oh wait, come back, camera. Camera, come back. Anyway, shoot. Well, there goes the studio. What was the other question? Nah, the 1040 is just really, it's phenomenal, man. I can't compare it to any other mic because it's not meant to sound like any other mic. Um, it has a tube and it has FET. You can flip between either one, or you can blend in which one, So typically for me, I have mine right up the middle sometimes, or close to FET, or it depends on the voice. I can put it on fully tube or not. Hold on. Hey, it's says it's on cool.
You just turned it on when you got here?
No, I never touched it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It's warm in here too. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even hear it blowing for real.
I can hear it. Maybe it was just who got here first?
I've been here, but it was on. It was not. It didn't come. It didn't get turned off. Yeah. Stand by, y'all. Stand by. Stand by. Hold on, y'all. One sec. We're trying to figure out the AC. It's a little toasty. All right. I don't know why I can't reset my camera. There we go. All right. Bet. All right, cool. My bad. Yeah, the AC acting up in here. Anyway, yeah, so the 1040 is a very versatile mic. I can't really compare it to any other. It's not meant. Lewitt Audio makes microphones not with the intent to sound like other mics. Yeah, so if you actually go if you want to go for a more affordable one within the Lewitt family, the Pure Tube is about $1,000, and it's probably the lowest noise floor tube mic ever. It's like 7 dB, whatever it is. I forgot what it is. Mad low. All right. Nope. The brick console is SSL, sir. Yeah. It is toasty in here. I don't know why I didn't even notice. I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's get back to this mix. I mean, shoot, I don't even know. Oh yeah. I also use tonal balance control. This is where I get the overall balance and just make sure we in the right ballpark. It just don't have to be perfect, but it's there. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell when a nigga trippin'. I can tell when he all caught up in his feelings. Dodging bullets you ain't never hitting. Stop playing games and just stop pretending. Everybody say you acting different. Everybody say you always quitting. Stop with the lies. I do what it takes to survive. Cause I'm choosing me. You the one who's losing me. Come on now, just let me be. Don't become my enemy. I'm choosing. You losing. I'm choosing me. Yeah. Once upon a time, you had me laid up in the bed. I couldn't stop crying. I was all in my head, but it was you who was lying. Won't forget what was said. Trying to play me, but I won't be choosing me. You the one who's losing me. Come on now, just let me be. Don't become my enemy. I'm choosing, you're losing. I'm choosing me. Yeah, trying to understand the way you're moving.
Yeah. It worked for her pretty well because I already know her. I've been working with Vo for a minute now, and it really is. It's more than just the microphone. What I notice when people get this mic, they don't particularly like it because it's so true to the source. It doesn't do much color at all. So a lot of people don't like hearing themselves. So I'm always doing something to make them sound, a little bit more not themselves. These microphones are true to the source. I tell you what, especially when it's on FET mode, when it's clean, super clean, very true to the source. It doesn't. If you don't like the way you sound, no, you know what I'm saying, straight up, like you don't like hearing yourself, you're not gonna like yourself on this microphone because it's very true to the source. The other thing is it's the chain as a whole. So this mic is going through a 1073 pre, and then it's going through a compressor. So it's not just the mic you're hearing. So I just want to make that clear. It's not just the mic you're hearing. Matter of fact, let me take off some of these plugins. Let's keep the auto tune on though, just to make sure, it's all tuned nicely. But let me just take off these plugins so y'all can actually hear the source here. I'm turning the mix bus off.
I can tell when a nigga trippin'. I can tell when he all caught up in his feelings. Dodging bullets you ain't never hitting. Stop playing games and just stop pretending. Everybody say you acting different. Everybody say you always quitting. Stop with the lies. I do what it takes to survive. Cause I'm choosing. You the one who's losing me. Come on now, just let me be. Don't become my enemy. I'm choosing.
Everything just plays together from the mic into the compressor into the plugin. Everything is doing its job. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I can't remember. I don't know what was turned on or off. But so never just kind of even when you're listening to these like audio tests or whatever, just remember that these are going through a preamp. The preamp adds color, whether it be clean or not. It adds something. Every preamp is different. So, you know what I mean? And then I think for her, I had the mic on. I think I had it on 50% FET and 50% tube. So she was getting both of those flavors, which is why you can hear the essiness. It's very essy. And then you can also tell that it's a very smooth vocal too. So that's how that worked out. All right, I'm about to go to TikTok real quick. Tick to the talk. All right, nobody's asking questions on TikTok right now. YouTube's quiet. And then I have not checked Instagram. Oh, there go Instagram. Yeah. All right, bet. But yeah, that's it, man. That's it for this mix. Very simple song. And the biggest things that you want to really get, if you're a recording engineer or you're recording yourself, don't be lazy with these takes, man. Auto-tune and all these plugins can only do so much. You got to perform the track. And when Vo gets on the mic, Devoted J, we call her Vo. When she gets on the mic, she's in that mode. She plays the role, whether she's rapping or she's singing, whether she wants to impart a happy feel or a sad feel or aggressive. She knows how to lock that in. So again, it all starts with a great recording. And so there we go. That's how I mixed Choosing Me by Devoted J. Y'all take it easy, man. I'm finna get up out of here.